1027 WNEW, New York.
Ron and Fez, 1027 WNEW.
Now, Joe Poo, after the show Friday night, you were a little upset with us, and you said a couple things bothered you, and what were they?
The fact that the staff is in radio and doesn't really like to be here.
All right, who was on your nerves the other night?
Mainly Billy and Al.
All right, what's the problem there? What had you so upset?
Well, I sent them for beers, and they didn't know what I was talking about.
They don't know what beers are. All right, what had you so mad about Billy and some of the other stuff that you were telling us?
Well, it was just that I would call him in here, and he wouldn't know what was going on. Likewise, no one else out in the green room knew what was going on.
Right.
And they were telling me, we're busy, we can't listen.
And then you also told me and Fez that anytime we call for Billy, he doesn't want to come in.
I get that feeling about it.
You said definitely.
Yeah,
you said
that's what you told us. That
he says, what the F?
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't want to be in here. And I feel like I'm upsetting him.
That when I yell Staples now, you still have to go get him, and then he fights you about coming in.
Yeah.
That's what you told us.
Correct.
That's a bad situation, Fez.
I think the situation is a lack of love. I think he does not love you guys enough.
You got problems with Billy. What's your problem with Al?
He also does not pay attention during the show.
And then you also said Wonder Boy does not pay attention.
Well, I don't think it's as much his fault as it is Al's, because you could be in any room in this station and hear the show going on. So I don't understand how you can't pay attention during the show no matter what you're doing.
What I was told, I think, Joe, you told me this, that Al sends the interns away from the show.
Right.
I'll send them down the hallway.
Let me check with Rachel. Is that true, honey?
Yeah, we do end up in the office a lot.
What are you doing down there?
Emails.
Going through my purse, I think.
Emailing who?
All the listeners.
We talk to them while we're on the air. All right, now, Joe, Fez and I had this conversation the other night. If we had to cut one guy loose to make an example to everybody else, who would you cut loose?
Al Dukes.
That's a big example.
All right, I said Rory. All right, now here's some of the other problems, and we'll get into it now. I noticed neither one of those guys is coming near us, even though they don't have any work.
Right.
Today, from Billy, who quite a few people have told me that he's back on the juice.
Right.
We'll go through your problem first.
Okay, my problem. I get a phone call today. I wasn't home. I was out doing some errands. So I get a message on the answering machine from Billy Staples that is just incoherent.
Yeah.
And it starts out with the, Fez, are you there? Pick up. Fez.
Pick up.
Fez. You know, here's the thing. I live in a Manhattan apartment. I'm not coming over from the West Wing. If I don't get it in 4 rings, I ain't picking it up.
West Wing. He thought he was calling the White House.
Yes. And then it just was, I've been out all morning, which to me translates to I've been out all night.
Right.
I thought I might have missed an email or something.
Crazy.
Call me. You know, and it's like, so why? Why would I call him? I mean, what in that message, what does he want from me?
I think as long as I've known Fez, I've only called him one time.
Thank you very much.
And you know what else? And it only took one time when he does his work in the mornings, when I used to work with you guys in the morning.
Right.
Don't talk to him. Ask him one time. If he only needs something, just say, Fez, do you need something? If he says no, just leave him alone until the show starts.
Right. Thank you, Tunnel. Right. Someone who knows me.
And you know what? I think Billy's got it really bad for you, though. When I got here, first thing he showed me his little Fez hair doll. He's been collecting your hair or something.
Sick.
He better not.
All right, now I get an email from Billy. Under this heading.
I don't even know how you spell that.
That's the heading in the email.
A-R-G.
And it says, Ron, I know you were interested in my workouts.
What?
Would you like to come see me work out and bring a DAT tape and interview us? If not, I can do it myself. I'm staring, and I think, Billy, at the type of performer who goes to gyms to interview the health instructors. So I have made no impact.
What is that even about? Excuse me, sir. You seem to be doing something there. What is it, chin-ups? You look good there, sir.
Tell me again how the medicine ball works out for everybody. And look, it's Billy Staples, And he's got the Indian clubs.
There he goes. Work it out. Get ready for that big-ass night of fights. Hey, you there. What you doing? Push-ups?
It's the 1932 World's Fair.
He wants you to show up in one of those press hats with the card in it.
That's what he thinks. He thinks I'm Bert Sugar. And
Coming out with a cigar.
I'm gonna have a 5-cent cigar with the ash burned out. This Staples kid, he's like lightning out there.
This gem, it's got all the latest equipment. What's that, a big rubber band that vibrates around your big fat belly?
Excuse me, Staples. Can you talk to the press for a second? Are you gonna roundhouse them?
Ron Bennington, WNEW News.
I'm doing a big interview on the fight. Are you going to give him the old 1-3, Billy?
Look at that fancy footwork go. Jumping rope so fast, I don't even see the rope.
All right, now I'm going to ask you again, Joe.
Yeah.
If you had to cut one loose as an example to everybody else.
I'm thinking Billy.
Over the guy you're fighting now.
Yeah, I'm thinking Billy.
Wow.
All right, let's call Billy in. Let me take a breath.
No, let's see if he realizes.
Staples! Now! And here he comes now. Right out of the sauna and into the studio. It's Billy Staples taking on Perry Noy this weekend at the Big Ass Not a Fight.
Take that towel off your neck. We're not in a gym.
All right. I'm going to go through all these things one at a time for you.
Sure.
Billy. Number one.
Go ahead.
Fez is not your girlfriend. If you're trapped under a train, if you're on fire, call Fez. Anything less, do not call him.
Got it.
You abused that phone number, which you got because you found out Fezzy gave it to Rory.
I haven't abused it.
I'm telling you, look over at me.
Okay.
Fezzy's your boss here.
Gotcha.
He's not your girlfriend.
Understood.
You don't call him and ask for helps with jokes. The man likes his time alone before the show. Look at Tuttle. Tuttle will explain it to you.
Man, there were so many times my car broke down. I didn't even call Fez to tell him I was going to be late because I knew that it would bother him.
You just started running as hard as you could.
Yes, I did. And you better not call him on a Monday night either, okay? Because that's wrestling time.
Well, I'm working now. Thank you.
Now, the other situation is you saw the movie Cable Guy.
Yeah.
You saw how quickly friendship turns into strange abuse, right?
Correct.
All right, so
And all those phone messages.
Yeah, Fezzy, I was in the shower. I thought I heard the phone ring. I'll call you.
Oh, Billy.
He had his nips up to Fezzy's window and was saying this.
Oh, Billy.
Which is rough because I'm not even on the first floor.
You better watch out. He's going to be outside your bedroom window like Harry Crumb.
It's all right. Do every movie, okay? We got Cable Guy. We leave it at that.
First time ever I've heard a Harry Crumb reference on any show.
All right, so
But, Ronnie, you're absolutely right. That night in the office, I gave my phone number to Joe Pooh and Rory because we were working on something. He immediately stomped over to my desk and said, "Can I get that number too?"
now since you had that number and you've complained to me about it quite a few times, how many calls you think he's got to you?
I'm sure I've gotten 5 or 6.
And how many of them you think were necessary?
0.
Okay. So if
Absolutely
there's
0.
a necessary situation, not to say if Fez has some ideas for you. All right?
Understood.
Because I need him in a good mood.
Understood.
You should have understood this quite some time ago. Number 2, I'm not Bert Sugar.
Again, probably should have realized.
Yes, I smoke cigars, but that doesn't mean I'm interested in this new Southpaw that you've got coming up. Name Staples, is it? I'll write that name down. Billy Staples.
2 lefts do make a right at the Big Ass Night of Fights. WNEW News.
Like you're Jack Dempsey. You want me to come down there.
Hey, I was excited. I finally got my ass to the gym. I thought it was...
Where did you learn what a DAT recorder was, that you would write that to me?
A long time ago.
When did you find out we had one here?
When I used it. When I first got here, over the summer.
And all that
To
time...
open beer
All
bottles.
that time, have you seen me out with one?
Never.
Have you seen me play any kind of thing like that on the air?
All right, so it wasn't a great idea. But
Do we play the Air 6 songs?
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Here's another thing with the phone calls, Ronnie. He's got such a crappy beer-soaked cell phone that it always goes out in the middle of the message anyway, or the phone call, and he just trails off like he's passing out.
He's calling you from a keg. He literally is at the bottom of the keg.
Billy, what did you mean today when you left that message? You said, I've been out all morning. Were you out all night?
The person you're trying to reach is drunk. Please try your call again.
Simply put, I was running errands since like 10 o'clock this morning, so I wasn't home to check any emails.
Now, errands, are they to package stores?
No, I just had some things I had to do, I guess.
Drink?
Don't you think you'll get a little bored living with a drunk?
He got upset. He saw a street sweeper go by and he walked into a bar.
That did not send you over the edge. Seeing a street sweeper. I can't take it anymore.
Those poor soda cans.
I need a beer. I need a beer. God, what's the world coming to? What's Fez's number? Let's see. 9-3. Here it is. I got it written on a beer cap. All right, so we got that straightened out, right?
All straightened out.
Now, what's this? Every time we call you, go, what the F?
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Do you not want to be on the air?
Ron, first off, anytime you guys mention my name, Pooh goes running out of the studio like a retard thinking you want me in here. Just because you mention my name doesn't mean you want me in here.
Normally, he goes running out of the studio when we point, Billy.
But when I hear Staples Now, whatever, I come running right in. Many times Joe will come
Are you
get
on a
me.
delay from us?
No. Many times
Wow.
many times Joe will come
that
out
would
there.
have helped.
And I'll come standing here and it's like, what are you doing here? Joe overreacts. When it's time to get in here, I know when it's time to get in here.
Can I tell you something, Billy?
What's that?
If anything in this world, that lazy son of a bitch doesn't overreact. He barely reacts. He didn't get upset when his car was repoed.
That's true.
This guy
moves.
This guy has no reaction.
He reacts to the wrong things, put it that way. He overreacts to things that really...
But they have a 5-minute conversation about you. Don't you think maybe I should go in there?
Well, look, they had a 5-minute conversation.
Is it a Joe problem where we should send somebody else? Should we send Hawk to get you so you'll believe us?
No, I mean, when I hear, there's no delay. When I hear Staples Now, I know to come in here. I'm not that far away.
Normally,
that's for sure.
We point before we say Staples Now so the audience doesn't have to wait for you.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we handle that? Who's better to come get you? No, you know what? I'm going to let Tuttle do this. Tuttle's with Real Radio in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
How would you handle it there, Tuttle, if Ron and Fez wanted you? What would you do?
Well, for one thing, I would anticipate you guys wanting me in here.
That's something
you should
producers have never learned here.
You should always anticipate and do it before you're asked to do it, because if you do it on your own account and they don't ask you, it makes you look better. It makes it so much easier.
So if they're talking about you, just move Al's nuts off your shoulder and slide over on the seat a little bit more, ready to run in.
Is that what's the problem? Al's nads are on the shoulder weighing you down?
I'll say this. Billy anticipated for something from me. He put my press pass in a fedora, but what he didn't realize that I was going to go up in the Poconos and follow the fighters.
No, it's like Chicken Little. Joe runs out all the time, and half the time you guys don't even want me. I'm standing here like an idiot.
I'm just going to wear this in my ear.
All right, now.
WNEW News.
Mine is simply just going to say, Fezzy, scoop, which I'll put there. And hopefully the fellas will start calling me that. Then I hope they catch the train and follow the Yankees out to Chicago.
What's this about girls' baseball?
Like your candy bar, you're completely nuts. Ha, ha, ha. And look, there's Billy Staples at shortstop.
Hiya, Billy.
Billy, are you coming to the big-ass night of fights?
Oh, yeah.
Drunk?
You going to be there?
Don't be drunk, Billy.
Say
it ain't so.
It ain't so. I will not be drunk before the fight.
Billy, we'll throw it to you. If we had to cut one guy off the staff to send a message to everyone else that we mean business and we're not effing around in here, who would it be?
That would be Dukes.
All right, that's 2 for Dukes.
Wow.
Yeah. Not even a hesitation there.
Can I say something?
You would do that over yourself.
Oh, hell no.
Knowing yourself is knowing that you're living a lie.
If you really love Ron and Fez, you'd sacrifice yourself, okay?
Thank you, Tuttle.
I'm invaluable.
I think you should just start fresh.
You're insoluble.
It's like a cancer. You got to cut it all out.
Thank you.
Sacrifice is the word here tonight. Put an apple in your mouth and jump on the spit.
You would already be based in alcohol. I mean...
Boy, did you turn on me in a heartbeat.
You were just mad at that girl with the lobster claws.
Well, she was mad at him for getting them started, Fezzy, as we all were. Billy, I'll tell you one thing, though. The good thing about this, your last night here.
Billy drinks around the house.
Oh, nice.
So, in all seriousness, no kidding around.
Mm-hmm.
You vote Dukes?
Yeah.
Who are you voting?
Dukes first. Dukes / Billy.
All right, so it's actually up between the two of them?
Yeah.
Or it's a 1-2?
1-2.
Huh. All right, let me check with Roy Hamptons.
Roy, who would you cut? You get to cut one person off the show.
I'd have to say Dukes.
Damn.
That's 3 Dukes. Well, actually, 2.5 for Dukes, half for Billy.
2.5 Dukes, yeah.
Now, is he the HNIC around here, though? I mean...
HINC.
HNIC.
Don't say the N-word.
Head in charge.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
All
I
right.
wasn't for
Why
sure.
are you going to be racist, son?
No, but I mean...
You get this song.
White people are so scared of black people.
You get that every time you make a racist statement.
Well, I was afraid today. I actually accidentally bumped into one walking down the street, and...
That's going to happen in New York. We have people from all over here.
Well, it's just... I don't know. Most of the time...
To answer you, yes, Al was brought in as the head producer.
Right.
But he's had so many things slashed from him that he's no longer even in the room.
Yeah, the responsibilities have been taken away one at a time to... Actually, we're down to Tic Tacs.
That's like a lack of leadership when your men turn against you. He should have it all in control.
I thought he was the HSOC. The head sipper in charge of...
You people with your initials, you're just going to have to start spelling it out for
head
me.
Head sipper of C. Yeah, that's it.
All right, let's check with Hawk.
Hawk? Come on over to the mic.
I'd have to go with Dukes.
Wow.
Gee whiz.
Just curious, to be curious, Hawk, who's second?
Second after Dukes would be, I guess, Billy.
All right.
Wow.
So, Billy, the thing you want to do most in life is keep that Dukes alive.
Right, yeah. Yeah, as long as Dukes is around. You're Richard Hatch.
All right, let's call in the interns next.
Wow. Go get,
I think you should go with whatever...
Should I get him or...
Rachel says.
You like Rachel, huh?
I think, yeah, I really think that she should be the deciding factor.
All right, now you...
Now, Ronnie, just so you know, the interns are all the way down in the office again.
Yeah.
I'd go get him, but I thought I was overreacting.
Good one.
Here comes Wonder Boy and Rachel, the Tenacious C.
Wonder Boy, let me tell you this. I had to hear quite a bit about your night on the air last night as I was out to dinner with Mr. Jeremy Coleman. By the way, write this down, Wonder Boy. I left my scarf at the... where the hell
Union
were we?
Square.
Union Square Cafe. I'd love to have it set up here. And I don't hope that makes me sound too faggy.
And
you need your scarf.
Thank you.
And he needs to have it sent here with 2 more pork chops.
Oh, man, we ate like animals last night. All right, you guys each get a half a vote as the interns. Or between the two of you, you get 1 vote.
I think my vote would be, or my half vote's for Al.
Yeah, you have to go with Al.
Why is that? I mean, you guys work with him almost solely, right?
Yeah, for the most part. He seems to get the least amount of things done.
Wow. That's embarrassing.
With all the email you two are doing during the show?
Now, Rory was out checking on the club today.
Yeah.
So the produce bit that we had ready to go for tonight sat while 5 other producers stared at it, waiting for Rory to take the train here from Long Island.
Waiting for Rory to show up to do the work. That was sitting here waiting.
So Tuttle, who comes here where normally you don't have 7 producers to a show to do less than one man's work, says, why doesn't somebody else do it? Everybody's looking at the floor, and I go, because none of them do production. Al goes, I do. I go, why don't you do it then? He goes, I did the Melissa Moan.
What? You know what I tried to tell him? I said the first thing that...
Now, I remember us cutting that with Rory last week.
Yeah. Exactly. Rory did that production work. So the fact that since Rory wasn't here...
Yeah.
No one else picked up the stuff and decided to go ahead and get it done. And then Rory was still able to get it done once he got here.
All right, let's call Alan. And I think a lot of... well, I'll tell Al when he gets here. Here's his theme song.
We'll bring in Al. I think he went down to the office now.
See how long it takes to get in here? This is what I'm talking about.
Here comes Al Dukes.
Maybe this is why everyone wants to dump me, because I got everyone calls it the gay. I got gay theme music.
Yeah, let me ask you this. And there's nothing wrong with being gay. You realize that, right?
Right, but I'm not.
A gay man could probably, keep a hold of his men, keep his men in control.
Right. Al, do you think a lot of this has to do with you crapping yourself? Do you think that causes you respect?
No, I wouldn't think people disrespect me for that.
Why? All right, before we get in, let's just do your vote right off the bat.
You have to pick one person. This is a question we're asking the staff tonight. You got to pick one person to cut to set an example to the rest of the team that we mean business. Who is it, Al?
Joe Poo.
Really?
Yes.
Tell us why Joe.
Because he spends most of his day writing 2 jokes that are done in the first 15 seconds of the show.
So you're saying not enough productivity out of Joe Poo.
And then he doesn't know production or...
Now,
well, it didn't seem like anyone but Rory knew that today.
And how did you figure you did the Sweet Melissa when we cut it with Rory?
It was in pieces. I put it together.
It's amazing.
So you mean you carted it up?
All right, now before, I know you were in a soundproof booth while we did this. Do you know that Joe Poo, the guy that you sold out, actually gave half of your vote to Billy?
Yeah, I did hear that.
So I can't believe it. In the soundproof booth, you were able to hear that. I can't believe
that's odd, because we told you to stay in the soundproof booth.
Billy actually came in third. And who we should fire. I never would have believed that.
After the message I got on my answering machine today.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, those other, 5 calls, some of them aren't all messages. Some of them I actually have the unfortunate luck of picking up and hearing live.
How long does he keep you on?
Actually, to be honest, not long at all, because either he craps out or the phone craps out, and then I just I throw the phone. I get a new phone every time he calls.
Al, have him hand you Fez's phone number.
Okay.
All right?
Is there any way to, total recall, brainwash him to get it out of there?
I'll just tell him he's not allowed to call it anymore.
There was 2 things. He's either on fire or stuck under a train.
He's probably got it written down in a notebook with, hearts around it or something.
He better not, Tuttle. He better not.
I want you to look for that notebook tonight, Tuttle.
Hey, I guarantee you give me 30 minutes to learn that production equipment, and I could probably produce something better than Al could.
Wow.
That would be nice if we...
We might do that later this week.
Rory, could we put together separate elements or something and give them each a half hour in the production?
I need 30 minutes worth of training.
Oh, yeah, you'll get that, and then we'll have the competition, you against Al, once you get trained.
Yeah, you give me 30 minutes, because the first thing you guys told me was learn production, because it's very valuable. It makes you a triple threat, and it's always good to be a triple threat.
I don't know what the other 2 threats would be.
Could you do me a favor and think of a $1 bit to do on the air, though? Thank you.
I'm sorry.
All right, now... The other point is, Al, do you agree somebody needs to get fired to wake everybody else up?
It would be a good wake-up call.
Yeah.
So you agree with that plan?
Joe Poo.
In this case, it's Joe Poo, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have something personal, because I told you dumbasses to pay attention during the show, and you're walking around with Tic Tacs.
That's right. It was Joe, was the first one who came up to us in forever, Fezzi, and had an idea of how the show should work better. And because of that, Billy left here frustrated, and Al got drunk and fell asleep under Earl's desk.
Again. Yeah, Billy went pouting out of here Friday. So I didn't know, Joe, if he was already hearing your complaints or not.
Ron and Fez, 102.7 WMEW.